Well, good morning and welcome to She Speaks. It's a beautiful Tuesday. It's a little overcast on the outside, but it's quite cool. I like it like that. I mean, it's not too much of the other, so it's quite balanced. I like balance. I could work with balance. Right. Mareen is the name. This is where we welcome you to She Speaks for yet another awesome Tuesday. It is still in the month of October, which means we are going to be surrounding our program around the breast cancer awareness. It's our way of, lending our platform to everything. You never know. You understand? But it is necessary. It is so necessary. If we really want to be serious about having this conversation, then let's go beyond the lip service and let's see how we all can band together and make this, a more comfortable. I don't know if that's the thing, but unless you've been there, you really wouldn't know. So I'm happy that the persons who we have in our company is lend themselves to share their story with us. So this morning we have yet another amazing, wonderful contributor to society who is here with us, who's been affected. So this thing let's say, I'm not thinking this about you figure you there, you're rolling, you might not be there now. But you never know. Could be you tomorrow, could be you the next day, could be somebody you know very well. It doesn't have any respect for titles, it don't have respect for color, it don't have respect for what your bank account look like, it don't have none of that. So when you hear we talk cancer, this is something that we can all understand we need to be humbled about. It humbles us all. And if you're not yet humbled, then maybe this conversation this morning could get you started, because you need to be in a humble state when you really think about life in general. Listen, our guest this morning is the awesome and amazing Jeannine. Jeannine is a legal profession. She's in the legal profession. She's a lawyer. She's been there in that field for about 20 years, isn't it? Absolutely. And she is also a survivor. She is a champion. She's a warrior in the thing. And she's here with us this morning to share her life walk with us. You understand, and how this has affected her in one way or the other. But certainly she's sitting from across from me. And I must say, if I was to have that journey right now, I'd have been hopeful just by looking at you. You look relaxed. You look wonderful. And you bring hope. You say, okay, it is not a death sentence. I am here. I am living proof that it can be done. So here what? We on live on our YouTube channel. So you could go on over there, subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification. Share the live with somebody. That's all. And let's take a word from our partners. When we come back, oh, she said, that's my girl. I love her. Oh, you see, the love already start pouring in. So we take a word from our partners. Of course, we have the First National Bank who's on board with us. We appreciate you guys so much. And of course, Quartz. Quartz has been with us for some time as well.
101 reasons for you to shop at Quartz now. Get up to 35% off selected items store-wide. Save on select fridges, stoves, washers, smart TVs, and more. Get what you want today with no cash and make your first payment in 30 days. Plus, stay protected for up to 4 years with Super Shield extended warranty. So there are 101 reasons to shop at Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home. Promotion runs from September 25th to October 23rd, 2023. Conditions apply.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Right. Well, I am so excited to delve into this conversation today. I don't know why this thing making noise here. Something not right here, guys. I don't know if it's my headphone. Something not making sense. All right. Maybe it's my headphone, but that's fine. I'm hearing. What's my mic? I think it's the mic. I don't want this. Are you guys hearing me clear, or is it coming across as a crackling kind of sound? Make sure you tell me that, because I need to know. I'm hearing myself like a little. Is it? I hope it's the headphone. So let's just work with that. This morning, our conversation is with the wonderful and amazing Jeannine. Jeannine, how are you doing, darling?
I'm good, thank you.
You look so good.
Thank you.
You look so relaxed. So, I mean, oh,
Thank you.
Hopeful. I must say, the word hopeful comes to mind. I feel like inspired in some way. Tell me a little. I normally like to kick us off by starting off the conversation with a little bit about yourself. Tell me a little bit about Jeannine. We want to know about growing up. Where were you born? What was growing up like? What were you like as a child? Were you look quite calm and like that kind. I'm not sure if that's just for me, but is that you?
That
is
is
you?
me.
Okay.
Very quiet, very introverted my entire life.
Okay.
I was born in St. Lucia.
Very well.
Born and raised in Castries, Independent City.
Are you from Independence?
I am.
Okay,
Yes.
then. Nice. Good.
My mom left me. Didn't leave me. She migrated to the United States when I was 4, and I was left to stay with family and stuff.
Right.
Of course,
Grandma, was grandma part of this?
Grandma, my aunt.
Let me tell you were
yeah.
privileged.
Yes,
Grandma
yes.
is the one. trust me.
Grandmas, both of them.
Oh, lovely.
So, yes.
Okay, good.
And I went to Anglican school. I went to the St. Joseph's Convent, part of that whole thing. And I migrated to the United States at 16.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, the plan was to go to school and come back because I always loved St. Lucia. Well, I thought I did. I always loved being home. I try to come home every year, a couple of times a year, just to be here. My childhood was amazing.
You had siblings?
No, and my mother's
You're the only child.
Yes,
Oh, you were
yes.
spoiled one.
So they say.
It's kind of true, ain't it?
Yes, yes.
Okay. What are some of the grounding privilege or things that you think were instilled with you as a child, disciplines, that you think stayed with you, contributing to the person that you are today?
Definitely work hard. Never give up. Go for whatever you want by any means necessary. I learned the meaning of sacrifice. Not having my mom here with me as I grew up. She was always in my life. She is always in my life. She's my grounding stone. But you learn to sacrifice. When all my friends had their moms and their dads there with them, my mom was a phone call away.
Right.
So she wasn't.
So you
right
never
here
was
with me.
affected. You didn't internalize this in the wrong way.
I did not.
Okay, good.
Absolutely not.
Awesome.
Because she did everything she had to do for me,
Very well.
so it wasn't like I missed out on anything.
Sometimes the little devil have a way of trying to use our little things, and sometimes that might not have been your reality, but sometimes he found a little way to plant a little silly seed and make you start thinking about yourself like you're disadvantaged in some way. So I'm happy that did not reach
it
you.
absolutely
Certainly.
didn't.
Right.
So, when I left St. Lucia, the plan was to go away to study and to come back. The goal was to become a forensic scientist. Why? Because crime wasn't like a major thing in St. Lucia, but I used to watch a lot of TV. And I always said to myself, well, why aren't we doing this and why aren't we doing like we saw on television? So the plan was to go away and study forensic science and come back to St. Lucia and,
Practice.
do something in criminal justice field.
Wow.
I went away to school. I studied criminal justice, but didn't end up coming back home. So I decided to go into law with the hope of one day being able to transition still. But I just got stuck in it. I got into helping others. I went to a public interest law school.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm thinking it's criminal law. No?
No,
No.
it actually isn't.
Oh my God! So you see how our paths could take us in different directions.
Yes.
Well, how are you receiving all of that at the time? Was it a confusion, or is just you were just rolling with the tide?
I was rolling with the times. That's what I got into, and I loved it. I love the sense of helping others. I love. When you see people at a disadvantage and you could see them progress, I love that. That brings me a great sense of satisfaction. So I entered into public interest law and I just rolled with that. It's not necessarily public interest per se, but I do a little bit of everything. I do housing, immigration, real estate, personal injury. But the key is to help people that are disadvantaged or not able to pay these high legal fees.
You don't tell me you're doing all of this pro bono, you?
Not completely,
but really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Why you think this is always been part of the character of who you are?
I think so. When people look at me, they're like, oh, she's so nice, she's so sweet. I guess it's just part
It's
of
just
me,
part of
just
you.
to help others.
So you get into law, and most people I know get into law. Hey, that's a big damn job. So we go into that because we need to make it known. We are part of that crew. From the time you speak to me about your entry into law, it's just been about humanitarianism. It
Yes.
has been like, I'm trying to figure out, is she a lawyer for real?
And a lot of people have that. Are you really a lawyer?
Are you
Do
really a lawyer?
practice law?
Yeah.
I do.
Wow.
20 somewhat years.
This is amazing stuff. Now, how many years now you said you're doing the law?
Probably
Over
22 years.
22 years
Yes.
you've been in law. You say you have hopes that maybe somewhere along the line they'll intertwine back into what it is you wanted to do, the forensic. Now that you're back here in St. Lucia, because okay, the tides have changed now.
Yes.
And even though we're not there yet, we're far long way
Very
off
far.
from where we should be as a forensic wise. Do you see that now? Have you been seeing any recent? Has it been popping up recently?
Not really.
Okay.
I don't see it. But what I do is like people that come after me, like younger kids, like my cousins, family, siblings. I try to encourage them to do
Okay,
other
so
things.
maybe that's
like,
the role.
Yeah, mostly
Maybe
like,
that's the
how about
purpose.
you try that? Forensic science, crime scene investigations.
Wow.
Because there's still a big void in my
Yes.
opinion.
Yes,
So,
there is. It's
I
very
may
big
not
void.
be able to go into that field at the moment because I just feel like I'm too old
Right.
to go back to school.
Right.
But they can. And
Is that the only reason?
Yeah, pretty
No,
much.
you're not.
Pretty much,
No,
I'm
man,
a
you're
little
not
old.
old.
I'm
No.
a mother. My focus is on
Okay,
my
so
kid
well,
at
right.
the
You think
moment.
it will not mesh well.
Yes.
All right, that's fine. What we will do is take a break. When we
Okay.
come back, we're going to talk about your being diagnosed and,
Okay.
and how that has affected you to date. I mean, if you just look at you would never know.
You can tell.
So affect in what way? You will have to break that down because just looking at you, we wouldn't be able to tell. So we'll take a break we'll take a word from courts and also the First National Bank, and we come right back.
This season, set the trend. Be seen wearing the best and latest styles in eyewear from Quartz Optical. World-class brands like Ralph Lauren, Michael Kors, Armani, Kate Spade, Vogue, and much more. New brands, new styles. Starting at only $799 with special financing available. Plus, trade in and save up to 35% off all lenses. Yes, set the trend and save a massive 35% off all lenses when you trade in your old pair of glasses today. Book your free eye exam right now only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Conditions apply.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
And we are back. For those of you who are just joining us, if you'd like to go on over on our YouTube channel, we've got a YouTube page over there. You could follow up the live version of this conversation. But we've got in our company Jeannine J. James. Right. She is lawyer by profession, studied forensic science, by the way, ended up in civil law. Right, and she's just here sharing with us. She's also, where we're about to go now, she's also a survivor, a cancer survivor. You were affected by cancer how long ago?
5 years ago.
5 years ago you got diagnosed. How
Yes.
did that break it down for us? What was going
So-
on? Where were you at that time? What make you decide to check? Is it a normal thing you normally just go and check? Or that you felt something and you decide you wanted to check? What happened?
So I go to the doctor pretty often.
Okay.
There's cancer in my family.
In your family? Oh,
So we try to, stay on top of things.
right.
So I went to my yearly mammogram, well, gynecological checkup.
Right.
And my doctor is actually a very good friend of mine.
Very well.
And she, she did the exam and she made the phone call a day. No, she sent me out for the mammogram. And to be honest, during the mammogram, I could tell that something was wrong because the technician stayed on me for a significant amount of time. And it wasn't my first mammogram. So I'm sitting there, I'm laying down, I'm like, why are we still here and why she keeps going over and over? And she put me to sit in a room for about 30 minutes and came back and we went back into the examining room and she went over again. And to be honest, in the back of my head, I was like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
2 days later, my doctor, who's my friend, called and said, you need to come see me. So I was like, okay, we're not doing this. Just tell me what's going on. I'm not coming into your office. I'm not waiting a day. She's like, no, protocol, you have to come in. So I said, okay, you saying this tells me something is wrong. Just tell me. So she told me. She found a lump and, of course, I broke down, was in the street on the phone in my car, and she said, don't freak out. Just, we're going to deal with this. And, freaked out, of course.
Obviously.
And the first call that I made was to my aunt, who is a breast cancer survivor. Okay. And she's also the founder of Faces of Cancer.
Oh, that's your auntie?
Yes.
That's my girl, Georgie?
Yes.
Oh,
so
nice.
she was my first call. I didn't call my mom. I didn't call anyone else but my auntie.
You needed comfort. You needed to go to the source of somebody that could help at this time.
She said, she's like, relax, sit down, take a breath, and we're going to deal with this. This is what we're going to do. And she walked me through the entire thing. I took a long drive.
What was on the mind during that long?
My son, he was 4 years old. He was 4 years old. I was a late mom, and it's the only thing I ever really wanted in life was to have a child.
You're right.
And here he was. I had prayed for this for so many years, and here he was. And now, I'm getting this diagnosis. So this was like the only thing on my mind. I didn't care about anybody else or anything else, not a client, not my job. I just focused on him. And so went home, dealt emotionally, went through all these feelings, and I
it's a lot in it.
was finally able to share with my immediate family. And we just band together, and they were like, okay, you're not the first and you're not going to be the last. How are we going to deal with it? And everybody said, okay, this is what we're going to do. And
it's one thing for them to say they're not the ones.
I know.
You're actually there sitting with this, with the prospect of you may not be around to enjoy this bundle of joy that you prayed for, that God gave to you, and now and you're still in that space. It's not as easy as they would think.
And they tried. They tried to calm me down, and but it was hard for the first few days until I went in to see the doctor, and she
where it started to turn around. That's what I want to ask in terms of the
when I went in to
emotions.
see the doctor,
right.
my gynecologist, and she sat me down and we prayed. She's a praying woman.
Lovely.
She prayed with me, and she said, we're gonna take care of this. And
But did you know at the time the stage?
No, not initially. There were a million other tests that had to be run, biopsies and things of that sort. And I would say that, one of the comforting things is having people that's walked through that path before, being able to guide you and, tell you what to expect. And I know since being diagnosed, a few people who have come to the U.S. for treatment have reached out to me, in the hopes of, guiding them and what should they do, doctors that they should see, and things of that sort. So that's one of the things that have me like, I could really help other people as well in that sense, like, just pointing them in the right directions and things of that sort.
Right. Oh, wow. So you've been, it's 5 years. So in what space of time did you, when did you actually get rid of it? Like, how long did it take?
So, it's kind of funny. I was diagnosed in April. And I had plans on coming to St. Lucia for Carnival.
Right.
And I was like, okay, well, that's out the door. And but my doctor said, it's not a death sentence, we don't have to rush into surgery tomorrow.
Okay.
So, she suggested that I come home,
Oh,
relax,
yeah, relax.
come see my
Yes,
dad,
man.
come see my
Yes,
family, have a good time, and
Ease
then
the tension a bit.
yes, and
Right.
Carnival was over Wednesday, and I was in surgery the following Monday. Like that.
Did it help? It did help, didn't
It did, absolutely. So even after the process, people were like, you went through all of this during the, yeah, it helped being home, and it helped getting my mind off of it. It did wonders mentally for me. I got to spend time with my friends and family,
Very well.
and then I just went in. So by the time between April and July, mentally I was more at ease. I think I was more comfortable with the process. I had started accepting what I had to go through by then. And yeah, so it's from surgery till today, it's just been so much easier. Every year that I go to get tested and, do the testing and stuff, it's stressful, but it gets easier every year. So this is year 5. Year 5, I stopped. All treatments have stopped.
Wow.
And, I'm still here and very grateful.
Absolutely. Smiley. Do you know, somewhere in the back of the head, is there ever that's being able to completely remove the thought from your mind?
Oh, never. It's always
So
there.
it's just always there. How
It's
do you
always there.
manage? How do you keep that thought from consuming you?
So, in conversations, support group, speaking with doctors and stuff like that, I've learned that I just have to live my life. If the cancer is going to come back,
You
it's
can't do
going to
anything, it
come
is.
back. I
Right.
can't do anything about it. But now I know that all this is a possibility. I just decided to just live. One of the
Yes,
things that my aunt had said to me, while I was freaking out during that time, people would tell you, you need to stop doing this, or you need to do this, or she said, no, we're not doing that. You're going to do everything that you're supposed to do in life in moderation. You can't just change your whole lifestyle, because sometimes that affects your mental even more than the cancer does to your physical.
Exactly. When your mental is deteriorated, it affects your physical
Yes,
either way. So
absolutely.
yeah, you've got to keep yourself happy.
And sometimes
and
the
sane.
mental issues is what will kill you. The stress is what would kill you before
you.
the cancer does. So
Thank you.
I just decided to live,
Yes.
do whatever it is that I was happy doing. And I believe in medicine, so
Okay.
and I follow my doctor's instructions and regimens to the T.
Speak in terms of mindset. We've got 5 minutes left. In
Okay.
terms of mindset, before and after, because here you are now. You just have, and I can see that heartfelt. When you say, "I have decided to live," that comes out with passion. I can see it. I can feel it. I can hear it. Is that something that changed as a result of that process, that event?
Absolutely.
How you view life?
Prior to this event, a lot of things would bother me. I take on people's stresses a lot.
Right.
Even in my profession and work, sleepless nights.
Worrying about people and
worry
everything.
about people. Worry about what people thought. What was going on in their lives, how they perceived me. And now it's just like, I really don't know what's going to happen next year when I go get the mammogram. I
Exactly.
can go back and then the cancer will be back, and here I am fighting again.
Exactly.
So I just roll with it right now. I do what makes me and my son happy.
How is your son now?
He's good.
He's doing well.
He's
How
good.
old is he
He's
now?
9 years old.
He's 9. Oh, did he understand any of this?
Now we talk a lot about it. We talk
Okay.
about death. We talk about if mommy's not here one day. We talk about mommy having cancer and what that meant. And,
Is he
he's very
understanding?
aware. Yes,
Yeah,
very
okay.
much so.
I love it. We got about 3 minutes left. I'm going to open up the floor for you. I mean, you deal with people on a daily through your job. You going through that diagnosis, of course. You having that support system around people. You knew what made sense to you. So you
Yes.
would know what someone is going through that would want to hear. So just generally speak in terms of that. If you were to encourage or to inspire or to motivate somebody that might need to hear a little bit of it right now.
So what I would say is that cancer, any cancer, primarily breast cancer, does not have to be a death sentence. I would encourage everyone to get their yearly mammograms. If you feel something strange, don't second guess yourself. Go right ahead and check it out.
Yeah.
You know, early detection is very important. You know, stressing that breast cancer doesn't have to be a death sentence. That's, you know, the biggest thing. No matter who you are, you know, whatever class you're in, how much money you have in the bank. I know there are programs out here. There are free clinics that Faces of Cancer does.
Yes.
Go out there, take advantage, because the earlier you find it, the better it is. Your chances are great in fighting this thing.
Right. To speak now to us as a society who thinks we're not affected, you know, we just go along, you know, how it is that our action or inaction or what it is we do or say could affect somebody who's actually going to. We could be a little bit more aware and a little bit more conscious to how it is we relate to people.
Yeah, you know, like as a society, I believe that, you know, being sympathetic and empathetic and just knowing that it could be your neighbor tomorrow, it could be your parent, your mom, your sister. So, you know, just being there and supportive of the people around you and understanding what breast cancer is and how it affects somebody's mental. And, you know, so everybody deals with things differently. So you might see somebody walking around trying to be brave and strong, whereas they're breaking inside. So, you know, just be a little sympathetic and encouraging and supportive to people that are out there.
Thank you so much, Jeannine. Thank you for sharing your story with us on She Speaks. We appreciate you. Best of luck into your future endeavors. You and your beautiful son, your handsome son, little boy. Yeah, big up yourself. What's his name?
Justice.
Justice, big up yourself. You know, all the best. And
Thank you
within
so
your
much.
career path as well. You know, wherever that may lead, you know, you're just a beautiful soul. I mean, you can feel the genuine, you can feel the energy, you know. And I was saying to you when we close off the mic, you know what? Oh God, I hear a lawyer again. I say, oh God. I made her laugh, you know, she laughed, but it's the truth. I say, oh Lord, one of them again on me. And then I walked in here. Normally I don't do that, but I had a preconceived mental walking in here. I say, okay, this is what I'm about to go on to deal with, so let me just brace for it. And I walked in here, and this was nothing. It was just totally the opposite. She was just so calm. So I said, you sure you're all right? You know, so your characterism is just amazing. It's quite refreshing. It inspires. You know, your calm, your humility is just really, really lovely. And you know what? I don't think all of this happened without a reason. So I think somewhere along the line, we're going to see some more of how it is that, you know, whatever it is you had to travail is going to, you know, resonate down into your journey, your purpose, because I believe there's something there.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me as well.
Oh man, we're happy. We're happy to have you. Jonathan, thank you so much. And everybody else who tuned in, whether you listened via the frequency or you're on our website, you probably downloaded our app onto your smartphone and you listened there. Thank you. Or probably you jumped on the YouTube and you got a little bit more up close and personal with the thing. Well, we appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn on your notifications so every time we go live, you'll get that. And you know what? Join us again next Tuesday. We'll be back here again. We'll have another show where we're going to feature another St. Lucian awesome soul. Thank you again to our sponsors. Courts, we appreciate you so much. And, of course, the First National Bank.
101 reasons for you to shop at Courts now. Get up to 35% off selected items store-wide. Save on select fridges, stoves, washers, smart TVs, and more. Get what you want today with no cash and make your first payment in 30 days. Plus, stay protected for up to 4 years with Super Shield extended warranty. So there are 101 reasons to shop at Courts. Courts, bringing value home. Promotion runs from September 25th to October 23rd, 2023. Conditions apply.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Domino's Pizza rich, boy. Not a piece go to waste. Cause we all love the taste. And you can be the flavor of the Domino's Pizza. Service, price, and delivery. The best in the country. So stick with the taste that you know. Pizza from Domino's. Domino's Pizza, the best pizza you had. Caribbean Cinemas, you fought Rodney Bay, William Peter Boulevard. Domino's Pizza.
Dave Rogers c'était Kamawa depuis yo était tout petit l'école. Là yo commencé travail, Dave refusait payer contribution pour NIC. Aléa, il pate ouais valéa.
Toute la vie moi, ma travail pour comme moi. Moi ni madame moi, ish moi, exafé moi, caoutchouc. Maté ouais pièce raison pour faire contribution NIC. Mais actuellement, moi malade, moi en retraite. Et moi vais poser comme moi. Mais ça pas possible. Ces bills là qui viennent chaque mois et qui pas venir vite, pas ça pour faire.
Là nous commencer travail, moi avec Dave parler à sur NIC et mania yo ka supporter monde les bagay wed. Comme ça moi fait contribution moi. Là moi était malade les ça là. Moi joine bénéfice, madame moi joine bénéfice maternité aussi. Moi était bien content avec mania NIC ménager l'argent monde. À présent moi bon, moi en retraite et nous confortable. M'animal tête pour l'argent. Mais Dave camarade moi il a solide moi en shaitan.
NIC a protégé et investi chaque contribution pour faire assurer le fonds sécurité sociale là sain et sauve. NIC pour bénéfice nous toutes.
I'm not going no small fete. Let me extend my apologies on a big fete with big flag going overhead like canopy.
Evolve Entertainment is giving you a fete like no other. Prime. Saturday, October 28th, 2023 from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Botanic Gardens. Experience the Prime vibe with top artists and DJs. Get ready to Prime up. This time check is brought to you by Prime.